You are very, very live. Oh, that's good. Even the power of the mind is very live. But today I wanted to talk about, kind of briefly about the power of the human mind. Now, when I talk about the power of the mind, and that it falls into multiple categories, okay? It falls into the physical, it falls into the mental, and it falls into the spiritual. And by the way, I did do a stream on Wednesday of the same topic, and I'll try and remember everything. Hey, Marilyn, I'll try to remember everything that I spoke about on Wednesday, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. Now, what I mean by the power of the mind, I'm talking really about what the mind can do. Okay, it's the one organ that multitasks 24/7. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're aware of it or not, and that even stuff that you're not aware of, and that it's still multitasking. Like I'm talking, they can cover literally hundreds of tasks, and that every moment, and not be aware of it. You know, that's how powerful it is. Okay, like we know that the mind is essential for the human body because it's basically considered the control center, okay, central command, if you will. And without it, everything would shut down. So basically, it's one of those vital. Okay, and now I'm not going to get too much into the physical, and that I'm more going to cover the mental and the spiritual. So I find that. The mental and the spiritual and that. Now, what I mean by the mental, okay, now, as you know, there are many different kind of mental conditions out there, okay, and they all generate from a certain part of the brain, okay. We're talking depression, chronic depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, dementia, Alzheimer's, a whole slew of different kinds of conditions that come from the mind, but affects different parts of the body. Okay. Now, the one condition that I do know of is dementia. Basically, what happens is the mind tries to send a signal to another part of the body, but it short circuits. Okay, the message gets to the part of the body, but all the other part of the body knows how to do is just move. So basically, the loved one does not know what the person's trying to say, is because they call it an involuntary movement. Okay, like I said, a short circuit. And that basically what it is the mind is slowly shutting down. Okay, it's usually a pretty slow process. I know a very good friend of mine, his wife has dementia, and she's forgotten how to do a ton of stuff, including eating, and that. And unfortunately, people that suffer from dementia, usually they don't live that long, unfortunately, because, like I said, their mind shut down, short circuits, stuff like that, where when it comes to stuff like schizophrenia, okay, well, that's a chemical imbalance in that, and medications can help control it. There's no cure for it, okay? So that's another area of the mind that, unfortunately, things don't always go to plan, but there are treatments for it, okay? And now, when it comes to, for those who do know, this is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, okay? Psychic activity comes from the mind, okay? Now, for those who are mediums, psychics, intuitives, empaths, whatever, and that, a lot of us when we channel, okay, talk to spirit, link with spirit, and that it comes from this part of the mind. Like right here is the pineal gland, the third eye. Okay, that's how we see stuff. Okay. Now from the conscious mind, okay, that's where we reach out to loved ones, we connect with loved ones and stuff like that is through the psychic part of the brain, okay, the sensitive part of the brain, okay. But that part is usually depends on how developed it is, how advanced it is, and also whether or not you choose to use it or not. Okay, you can use the mind for amazing stuff when it comes to spirit, but if you choose not to, okay, then the mind will think, well, I guess he's not interested. Let's just push it off to the side. But for those who really embrace it, and that, like Marilyn and I, we embrace it like crazy, and we try to nurture it by continuing to use it. We support our minds. Say, okay, I want to learn more about it. Okay, if I learn more about it, we can do some amazing work. Okay. Now, for those, like I said, who want to embrace the gift, okay, so our conscious mind, we learn how to use our gifts, and that basically we, I guess in our own way through thought or through action or whatever it is, and that we tell our minds, okay, I want to do this, this, and this, but I need your help. Okay, your central command, and that's work on this. Okay, become part of everyday life. Okay, now the part of the subconscious mind. Okay, that part, and then I can always put this in this kind of category. Okay, let's say our subconscious and conscious minds, and that are two streets. Okay, our conscious mind is like daytime, like driving daytime, as the subconscious mind is driving at night. Okay. Well, a lot of people don't drive. Well, some people do, but for people that don't, okay, we don't drive at night. Okay, so we calm our minds down. Where in the conscious mind, and that we drive during the day, we're fully aware, we're fully conscious of what's going on around us to stay safe and to get to our destinations, whatever. Okay. So, but sometimes the conscious mind road can get so crazy, so congested, like being on a highway, and that's all we can concentrate on is the conscious mind road, and that's all we can think of. We can't think of anything else. Okay, well that can actually lure us away from the subconscious mind road to just the conscious mind road. Okay, it doesn't mean the other road is shut down. It just means that our full concentration is on the conscious mind. Okay, that's where your mind really goes into overdrive of what goes on around you, and that. But at nighttime, okay, the conscious mind road slows down, less traffic. You don't need to worry about it so much, to the point that you don't need to worry about it at all. Okay, you're no longer on that road. Okay, you're on the conscious mind road. Okay, which is the, I guess, roadway to spirit, roadway to heaven, whatever you want to call it, and that. When you're on a subconscious mind road, okay, especially when you're just drifting off to sleep or you are asleep, and that you've heard of dream channeling. Okay, that's basically you're on a subconscious mind road. Okay, you're traveling on that road now. Okay, you're communicating. Okay, you're going from point A to point B, from physical to spiritual, and that. Now, sure, that's very true. When it comes to, dream channeling, you can even channel when you're awake, and just through thoughts. Instead of verbal, you just send out thoughts. Okay, and you find that you can connect the spirit a little easier because you're calmer, your mind's calmer, your body's calmer, you're just relaxing kind of idea. Okay, now when it comes to like I said, when it comes to dream channeling and that, you're on the subconscious mind road, and that your thoughts and your information and what have you, and that is traveling back and forth now from the physical to the spirit world. And that now, that's when you're dream channeling, and usually, and by the way, for those who ever have dream channel, talk to loved ones when you're asleep, and that I strongly recommend for you to record everything that's said. Try to record everything that you observed. You know, if you're talking to a person, okay, record what they said, record what they wore. Try to get the time period of the person that you spoke with. If you don't know the person, try to get as much detail as you can of that person, the surroundings, the topic that you're talking about. Try to get all that information, and that way you can actually, if you can, research to find out who that person is or was, and if there's a message behind it, and that they could be trying to send you a message. It's just a question of learning a little bit more about the person, not so much the message, but the person himself, or it could be people. And it's also interesting to find out what time period they're from. Okay. Now, another area of the subconscious mind, okay, is when you're just naturally dreaming. Okay, this isn't channeling. This is just your mind relaxing. Okay, and that when you're dreaming and when you're asleep, because usually you dream channel, you can remember a lot. If you're regular dreaming, okay, and that's it, like no communication, you're just dreaming, your mind's relaxing, and that usually a lot of it you don't remember. But in some cases, you can remember about maybe 5, maybe 10%, or maybe 15% of what you dreamt. Okay, that's basically all you can really remember. But if there's anything that you can remember from a regular dream, okay, just like dream channeling, and that record everything that you can remember. Okay, the conversations you had, if they make any sense, the people that you came in contact with, if you could see them clearly enough, okay, see who the people are, what they're wearing, time period, anything, okay, and sometimes dreams can actually form, and not so much interaction with people, but dreams can also be symbolic. Okay, so let's say you dream something that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Okay, but it might not be a literal thing, it could be a symbolic. Okay, so basically, like I said, record everything that you experienced, everything you saw, everything you heard, and that make a record of it. And then I recommend, okay, to go to someone that does dream interpretations. Okay, because whether it's a literal or a figural or a symbolic dream, okay, there's bound to be a message of some kind, and that behind all that. Okay, and because I actually have a book on dream interpretation, but because we moved, I'm having a hard time finding it. But it's really, really thick. Like it covers a ton of stuff. And by the way, Nikki's still medium, okay, from my group, SWYPT Group, and the White Rose, and that he does dream interpretations, okay. Plus he's a Reiki master, and he's also a soul brother, and so yeah, make a log of everything that you remember, and that whether you're dream channeling or regular dreaming, and that whatever it is that you experienced, make a record of it, because there's bound to be a message of some kind, okay. And because even I had some weird dreams myself, and someday I'm going to get them interpreted, see if there is a message behind it, because chances are there is a message, and whether it's good or bad, I have no idea, but it'd be interesting to find out, so I kind of gave you an idea of how powerful the mind is, whether you talk about physical, mental, or spiritual, but it's just a question of knowing how to use, knowing how to get along, and knowing how to use all the gifts that your mind controls, and by the way, even when it comes to the balancing, your chakra balancing, okay, the 3 chakras that are very interconnected with the head, okay, is the crown, third eye, and the throat chakra. Okay, now those 3 to me, when it comes to anything that has to do with psychic, and that I find it's very, very important. And that, so taking good care of yourself in that area, whether it's physically, mentally, or spiritually, taking good care of it, that means that your mind can continue to work without any interruptions, no problems, and that. And so basically, do what I call is a self-check. Okay, make sure there's no negativity within your aura. Okay, if you find that you're getting uncomfortable, you feel like, oh, I don't feel so good, do what I call a self-cleanse. Okay, fill in your whole being and your aura with pure white light. And where does it start? From the crown down. And that it pushes out all negative, it pushes out all darkness, fills your being with white light. Not only does it give you protection, but also it makes you feel so much better. It re-energizes you. Okay, that's another way of taking care of your mind and your body, and that is by taking care of it. Okay, through what I call meditation. Okay, and I've got videos on that, and just trying to stay connected with God, with the higher power, and that, and with the angels and stuff like that. Try to keep connected with them, because they're the ones that are going to continue to give you the protection and the love and the strength that you need, in order to continue, so you continue doing your spiritual work. And for those of you that are light workers like myself and Nikki, and that, we need to be re-energized a lot. And by meditation, to the angelic love, and that, we can actually take care of ourselves in so many beautiful ways. And I've got videos on all that kind of stuff too. So, like I said, I did a video on Wednesday that covers the problem, that probably covers more on what I talked about today, and that, but I'll put that link in the description below. So if you want to watch that video, please feel free to do so. And when it comes to any activities on the weekends, okay, check out either the SWYPT group or the Derek Being Psychic Medium group. Okay, and I'll put the links in the description below for that as well. Okay, and there's so many amazing things going on, on the weekends, and I do my live streams during the week. So it's really cool stuff. Okay, now a shout out for Derek. Okay, because I think the COVID restrictions have been lifted a little bit in the UK, that they're going out doing ghost hunting again. They're allowed to do that. So that's on Saturdays, I believe, and then Derek does his regular readings on Sundays. There's live streaming. Okay. Now, if you want a reading from Derek, okay, as part of the live stream, okay, contact Shell Yules, and she'll set you up. She'll ask you whether you want angel, tarot, or a Zen Oracle card. Okay, but if you want a full reading from Derek, just one-on-one, you and Derek, no one else, okay, he charges £25 for as long as it takes. Okay, to get set up with that, okay, please message his daughter Kelly, and she'll set you up with that. Okay, and for those who do get readings on Sundays, and that, please leave a review in group. Okay, Derek Being Psychic Medium, please leave a review in group to let other people know how your experience was with your reading with Derek. Hey, Tinker, and that. So anyway, and that. So I think that's basically it. Now the next stream we'll do next week, I'm going to try and do, like today was the power of the human mind. Well, next one's going to be the power of the human, I think, power of the human spirit, or something like that. I'm not 100% sure right now. I haven't got it from my guide yet. And that, he hasn't given me all the information yet. So, but I'm going to try to do that and that. And so anyway, people, thank you so much for joining me today. And if you have any questions, comments below, that'd be awesome. And once again, thank you so much. And for those who have not seen this stream yet, and will see it. And that, if you got something out of the stream, if you enjoyed the stream, and that, please like, share, and subscribe. And that, because it really helps me out. And that. And by the way, I don't get anything from this, doing this. I don't get anything and that. But just knowing I've helped someone else or other people, that's why I do it. And that. So anyway, people, I hate to love you maybe, but got stuff to do and that. And like I said, all the information will be in the link in the description. I'll put a link in the description below, as I'm trying to say. And that, and the stream I did on Wednesday, I'll post that as well in the comments area. Okay, so you can watch that if you like. So anyway, but I do encourage you to join the SWYPT group and Derek Green's Psychic Medium group. Both are a couple of amazing groups, and so much stuff going on, and that. So anyway, people, gotta go. God bless. I hope everybody stays safe and stays healthy and happy. Okay, so. Marilyn Tinker, you've been amazing. Thanks for joining me. God bless. And if you have any questions, like I said, in the comments below, and I'll do what I can to answer you. Okay? So, love you.